That was Treads, and Weaver is still saving. Yep, Weaver is at 1.2k. Managed to pick up a hood, I think. A little. You have to excuse me. I can't really see the gold icon very well, but Clockwork manages to pick up that regen rune. Should be very, very interesting what he does with it. Looks like he just fired a rocket, and Beastmaster has finished his Vanguard. Priestess still has that treads, the bottle, the Wraith bands. Give her some early stats, but Priestess won't be very effective until she's a very item dependent hero, and she won't transition very well into the late game at all if she doesn't get any kills early game or doesn't get too much farm in the early game. And Sanel did a good job preventing farm, and she has died once, and I don't think she's gotten any kills. Enigma gets a Blink Dagger, throws down a Malphus, but Ancient Apparition is going to throw down an ultimate. A nice fissure. Let's see if they manage to pick off. Yep, they do. But Clockwork hooks in, gets a nice cog catching 2 heroes, and Earthshaker did manage to get the Venture Spirit. Beastmaster dies as well, so a nice counter-gank by the Mineski team, and looks like Clockwork is going to pick off the Enigma. Very well done by Mineski. Even kill count 7-7, and now they're going to kick KSSSS. He runs away, but Slaughter's on the warpath, is sprinting, is doing a lot of damage. Oh, but a nice shackle shot by KSSS is going to turn around and try to get a kill, but the tower changes its aggro by amplify damage, followed by an Ancient Apparition ultimate. So they blinked in on the Earthshaker and managed to get a Malphus off. But here comes Seaking, is trying to get the Clockwork. I think he should probably back off. But there are a couple low heroes. Yeah, he backs off because Slaughter does have amplify damage, and Weaver can't be too aggressive because Slaughter can amplify damage. They can get some stuns off on the Invisible Weaver, and that would be end of that. So Enigma did a pretty good initiation, managed to catch one hero out of position, but really strong counter gank and Ancient Apparition Ice Blast perfectly hitting. And unfortunately, Enigma managed to focus pretty much the tankiest hero on their team as Ice Blast comes in and just harasses the Sentinel team a little bit more. Meanwhile, Clockwork takes invisibility as he proclaims so loudly. Sentinel recognized, alright, we lost that team fight pretty badly, but their ultimate shouldn't be up. We're just going to take this tower. We have Bear pushing. They don't have too much AoE. They used their Ice Blasts already, so they can't really stop us, and they couldn't. So, yeah, but most importantly, Seaking did not die. He managed to pick up Treads, how much gold? 2.9k, has a magic stick. I can't tell what that bottom middle item is. That might take me a little while. Maybe it's a hood. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a hood. And if it's a hood, then Weaver already has 2.9k, and that's very significant. So, Beastmaster has a Vitality booster. Oop, I thought that was a Vanguard, but it was just a Vitality booster. Looks like they're going to smoke up, try to get a gank, but nobody's in the jungle for the Scourge team. They're going to go to the lanes and farm because they're definitely behind farm, and Seaking hasn't died all of this time, and that's probably the most important factor of this game. So Mineski, as Clockwork Rocket, manages to scout all of the Mineski heroes out, and Mineski's going to go back and let Seaking keep farming, and Seaking will farm. He will farm his ass off as he has Treads, Ring of Health, Ring of Basilius, that's what it is, and 2.9k. So he didn't manage to pick up a hood. He hasn't picked up a Vanguard, but he's going to get his relic relatively soon, and that's going to be very important because he doesn't really need the hood or the Vanguard because he hasn't died. He hasn't even been focused too hard. He's just been staying safe, staying effective, because they know he's the strongest late game hero by a long shot. And Potom and Slaughter have, they've gotten some assists. I don't know if they have gotten too many kills, but they haven't gotten too much farm, and that's probably the biggest thing. Meanwhile, we see Pierce's or Marana pick up a double damage rune. Maybe help them push down the mid tower, but looks like the auto counter wants to watch Seaking farm, and it's always fun to watch a very, very high skilled farmer farm. No, it's not. So, yeah, a little bit of low action, but a lot of the aggressive heroes aren't in the version Batrider. One of my favorite heroes is unfortunately not in this hero pool. Neither is Invoker, one of my least favorite heroes. And Shadow Demon is not in the hero pool either, Syllabear. So, yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Batrider did not make it into the pool, but he's too cool to be in the pool. too cool for school in the pool. Meanwhile, Weaver continues his farm train. He has enough money for the relic. He's probably going to pick it up pretty soon, get a Radiance, and having less than 25-minute Radiance while Slaughter hasn't even finished a Blink Dagger is going to be very, very helpful in securing Nirvana China an advantage because they are down in kills. That last team fight did not go their way, but keep in mind, Nirvana China has managed to secure all of their towers and managed to push 3 towers of them themselves. And yep, we see the relic finished on the Weaver, and it's probably going to have the Radiance in about 900 gold. So, looking good for Nirvana China, although they are behind in terms of kills. It's a little odd to see this minimap. I think it's a little bit too small. Of course, the observer vision seems to be a little bit zoomed out. Maybe that's just observer. Maybe the in-game mode for the players is to scale it as Dota 1. But I think, you know, having this vision, or this view, this screen view for the players, we'll get used to it. Of course, having such a small minimap, that'll take some time, longer time to get used to. Meanwhile, Enigma has that Blink Dagger. He's probably going to go for a BKB next, and once Enigma picks up a BKB, he's going to have a guaranteed black hole because there was nothing, no Vengeful Spirit swap, no Beastmaster Roar, no like Warlock throwing it out on a rock or anything. Warlock's not even in this pool. No Axe Berserker Call to help disrupt the BKB. So Enigma is going to have free reign with ultimate, and that's pretty scary because Enigma 4-second guaranteed ultimate with BKB along with Weaver Radiance damage, doing a lot of right-click damage, is going to tear the Scourge a new one. So, yeah. Meanwhile, Nirvana China is content to turtle, but they're turtling effectively. They're not giving up towers. I mean, nobody's farming with lane. I think Beastmaster's pretty AFK. And Scourge are looking for a lot of smoke ganks, but I think they should just try to get their Slaughter and their Mirana, their core items. You know, maybe get a Yash on the Mirana, get a Blink Dagger on the Slaughter before they go in. But right now they're just sort of standing around. And OK.Nirvana is okay with standing around because, you know, they have a Weaver, and this Weaver is pretty farmed. And they have an Enigma who can jungle very effectively and pick up a BKB and Blink Dagger. So, yeah. So Mirana recognizes this, picks up a double damage rune, and is going to farm the mid lane. But it's not looking good for Mineski at this point. Looks like the Mineski team wants to go for a mid-tower push. I wouldn't blame them. They need some gold. They're down towers. They're definitely down farm. So, you know, they're not going to get too much stronger. Weaver will keep getting stronger and stronger. And, you know, Slaughter will get pretty strong once he gets a dagger and maybe a BKB. Upon him will keep getting stronger. But, you know, Weaver can just do that. And with Enigma Black Hole, it's looking pretty good for Nirvana. And looks like Weaver is going to defend the top lane. Let's see if the Mineski team will push the mid lane. I don't think they are because I don't see them on the minimap. Looks like they backed off. Mirana has the double damage and is doing a lot of physical harass. Slaughter comes in from the side, gets a crush off. Meanwhile, Clockwork comes in, kills the Hawk, and yep, gets a hook, gets a cog, catches both the Vengeful Spirit and the Beastmaster. Very well done. Earthshaker, Ice Blast, another nice team fight by the team, but Enigma Black Hole catches 3 heroes. Very nice Black Hole, and Weaver is just tearing it up in the background. But Weaver does get stunned by the arrow, takes a lot of damage, and both Clockwork finally dies, but Ancient Night Vision does escape with very low HP. So, you know, a good team fight by Mineski. They managed to pick off 2. They had a pretty unfortunate Black Hole hit them. They lost their clock in that Black Hole, but they saved their Ancient Apparition, who was at very low HP himself. And, you know, they're going to get a tower. But I think the most important thing is that Weaver finished the Radiance, and he did not die. And that is always very bad when you're on the team that doesn't have the Weaver. Of course, when you're on the team with the Weaver, that is the best thing ever. That just literally puts you in throes of orgasmic pleasure, just all across your screen. Alright, enough of that. Meanwhile, we see Seaking farming. Who would have guessed it? I didn't guess it. You know, of all the things Seaking to do, farming was probably the last thing on my mind. That's sarcasm. But Seaking is going to continue to farm. Clockwork finally picks up a Vanguard. Mirana gets a haste rune. But still, Mineski are just roaming the map, trying to get ganks on, but OK.Nirvana has been pretty good positioning. They're not being picked off in ganks. So, yeah, it's what Potom has. Potom has... Oh, we'll go to Clockwork Vision. Clockwork has the Urn, has the Vanguard, has Strength Treads, Branches, Magic Stick. And meanwhile, the Slaughter picks up a Blink Dagger, so it might be a little bit too late because Weaver already has his Radiance. He's going to get tankier. He has the Basilius in the Ring of Health. But he's still pretty squishy in terms of, you know, HP and magic resistance in general. So now's the time to kill him because he's only going to get tankier and only going to get more damage. Meanwhile, Beastmaster has picked up a Pipe, and Enigma has the Ogre Axe, or I think it's just called like an axe or something. Strength Axe, Axe of Strength, Strength Axe of Strength. I'm not sure what the name is. I'm just going to call it the Ogre Axe. He's definitely going for the BKB.
Boom, there it goes.
A Snap Version has No, that's not Arcane Boots, that's the Sentry Ward. His Bracer, probably going to pick up a Django soon. Beastmaster has that Pipe, has that Vitality Booster, has a Wand, Bottle, Boots. Yeah, meanwhile, Sea King has the Magic Wand, Treads, the Ring of Basilius, and the Ring of Health, and that Radiance. So let's see what Sea King goes. I'm going to guess he's probably going to get a Hood, maybe go for a straight Heart. I don't know. He hasn't been killed. He hasn't been ganked. But with Sara Blink Dagger, if Nirvana China has been paying attention to the minimap, they're going to notice that Sara has a Blink Dagger. Okay, we need Weaver to get a little bit more defensive. Otherwise, you know, Sara will kill the Weaver with proper backup support with Clockwork. And one thing that the the Scourge do have is they have so much fucking range. They have Clock Hook, 2,000 range. They have Blink Dagger on Slayer. Okay, that gives them an additional 1,000 range. They have Potom Arrow, a very long range stun. They have, you know, Earthshaker, Fissure, and if he picks up Blink Dagger, which he probably won't do anytime soon, Fissure itself is 1,200 cast range. So they have so much fucking range. So if Slaughter gets his Blink Dagger, and there's one or two heroes to help Slaughter, they'll be able to pick off this Weaver. But Nirvana China is just playing very defensively, playing very safe. I mean, they haven't even lost a tower. So I think Nirvana China is playing at the top of the game at this moment. But, you know, this is Dota. Anything can happen. Potom gets stunned, swapped by the Vengeful Spirit, and Enigma throws in a Black Hole. That was a little unnecessary. No, that wasn't a Black Hole. That was a Midnight Pulse. Sorry, the animations look similar. But a swap of Enigma, Malefice, and the Beastmaster Roar managed to pick off the Potom. Meanwhile, the Scourge, or the Dire, trade the Potom for a tier 1 tower. And Slayer blinks in, gets a crush, Midnight Pulse is being thrown out. Fissure, a lot of damage is being done. I think Ancient Apparition already threw down the Ice Blast in helping defend that push. So, you know, trading a Potom for a tower, not the best trade, but I think at this point Mineski will take it. They managed to get some map control, and they're going to prevent the Scourge from having so much gold, so much more gold. Having Potom die is very unfortunate, though. And Potom went for Lincoln, so that's a little curious. I'm not a huge fan of Lincolns on Potom. The lead mechanic has transitioned perfectly from Dota 1 to Dota 2. I've seen Mirana dodge magic missiles and other stuff in this beta version, so I don't know if I like the Lincolns as much. It'll give her a lot of regen, give her the spell block, help prevent a Roar, Maya, Malefice. Gets swap on the Clock, and Clock is taking so much damage, will definitely die. Ice Blast comes in just to harass a little bit more, and now I think with the Clockwork's death, I think the Sentinel team can transition and get a mid push. But Sar does the right thing, he denies the mid tower, knowing that they can't defend it, and the tower is in deny range. He waited for the last possible second. But with that, you know, Mineski loses even more map control. They have lost 4 towers as compared to the Radiance 1. And we see Earthshaker pick up a Blink Dagger. I didn't even notice Earthshaker had that much gold, but Earthshaker having a Blink Dagger is really important. Now they have double initiation with the Slaughter Blink, with the Earthshaker Blink, the Clockwork. They have so much initiation. And that will be really important because other than the Enigma and the Vengeful Spirit swap, which is very important, they don't want to blow black holes on one hero and, you know, swap. swap is pretty good, but if he swaps in the starter and the Earthshaker, that's basically their Blink Dagger right then for them. So I don't think, unless, you know, the Dire doesn't mind having their heroes swap too much, unless they're by themselves, which they have been.